Alright, hey, HadesOmega here. So this is just a little update for HadesOmega Solar Garage Project. So we're pretty far along now. I'd say we're probably more than halfway, okay? So I'm going to go over what I've done so far and what's still left to be done there. So like I said, we're halfway there, so there's still a lot of stuff to be done. Okay? So, first of all, I've got pretty much everything, okay? I got all the components, okay? Where I'm at right now is I'm waiting for that freaking Harbor Freight pipe threader, man. So I wanted to get a pipe threader so I can thread the conduit, so I don't have to use these weird couplers and stuff on it. If you can just thread the conduit, all you have to do is screw it into the fitting. So that's actually a lot nicer and it's more cost effective because the fittings are like $5 each or something. Okay, but anyway, what I got going on is, yeah, we're waiting for that freaking pipe threader. It's been out of stock at whatchamacallit, at Harbor Freight, and I ordered it online, and they sent me, they actually finally got it, and I was almost just gonna just say forget it, I'm not gonna use it anymore, and then they said they shipped it, and then it's taking forever for them to ship it now, so because it's coming from like South Carolina or something, okay? I just checked right now, and it's in Utah right now, so it's halfway across the country. All right, it's halfway there pretty much. Now I checked it, and they estimated it was going to come on the 22nd, which is tomorrow, and it's not. I checked it again, and then they said it's going to come on Monday now. So I don't know, man. Go figure. I don't know what the hell's going on with freaking FedEx, man. Sometimes they're really fast, and sometimes they're not. So I don't know, man. But anyway, it looks like we're not going to run the conduit till at least Monday, okay? Because we need to thread that stuff. But what we could do is we could start cutting the conduit how I need it, okay? And then when we thread it, because the ends on the conduit are threaded already, okay? So I at least have 2 pipes that are threaded already. That's what I'm gonna say, okay? And if we want to thread any more, we need that pipe threader tool, okay? I think it might come in handy in the future, so I think it would be a good idea to have it, okay? I don't have a die that's like freaking that big, okay? Okay, so what else? What else do we got going on? Okay, so let's start from the beginning. So the first thing I got was the solar panels. Okay, I got the Trina solar panels, and then I got the Grow Watt inverter. Okay, the 24 watt, 3000 watt, 24 volt inverter. All right, the all-in-one dealie, and then after that we mounted the inverter on the project board. Okay, so we painted the project board white. We slapped it on the wall. Okay. And then we hung the inverter onto the project board, okay? So the inverter is mounted, and then I think after that I wound up getting another solar panel. So instead of having two like 300 watt solar panels, we got three 300 watt solar panels. It's a little more than 300 actually. So we got close to 1 kilowatt of solar panels, okay? And they're just sitting on my roof right now, not charging anything, which is kind of the suck. Okay, yeah. So we got the other solar panel, the Trina one. It's actually a little bit better than the Jinko ones, but not by. It's pretty much the same thing. Okay, but it was brand new. It cost me more, but it was brand new, so I guess I can't complain. And then what did we do? Oh, I started wiring up the AC stuff. Okay, so since we couldn't get the panels up yet, there was some reason we couldn't get the panels up. I forgot. I needed to order more stuff for the rails and stuff. So I wound up wiring the AC stuff. I wired the AC input cable that we're going to plug into the outlet to draw power when the battery is depleted, and then I wired up the breaker panel. So that's the first time I've ever wired up a breaker panel. It's more like it's a load center is what it is. It's like a teeny tiny little breaker box. I wanted to do it right, so let's say, all right. So what I did is I had modified it so it was 120 volts only, so we could use each circuit in there. So I could use a total of 6 circuits. So what I did is I jumped the L1 and the L2 bus bars together, okay, and then that allows us to pull out 120 volts from each breaker circuit in there. Okay, so yeah, because we don't have a 240 volt setup. Okay, we would need another inverter to do it. So maybe in the future, maybe, I don't know, but we'll see. if I want to do a level 2 charging. We'll see how powerful this system is what I'm gonna say. Okay, what else? Yeah, so I got the breaker panel in there and everything, and then I had problems with the breakers. You have to buy the same brand and it could be the same brand, but it could be the wrong one. We found that out because I had to return those. I wound up returning the breakers like 3 times. Okay, I had purchased Siemens freaking breakers, and then I had a D square or Homeline breaker panel. Okay, so you're not supposed to mix brands of breaker panels. Okay, supposedly. It looked like they fit fine to me though. I'll tell you the truth. That's why I bought them, you know. And then I went and bought the wrong ones, but they were Homeline ones. And then so I went back and I bought another one, and then finally it's the right one. Okay, so the third time's the charm. So I bought 3 breakers. If I think we're probably going to have a total of 5 circuits, but so I'm going to have to go buy 2 more breakers, and we're running 20 amps. Okay, the wiring HadesOmega is running is 20 amps wiring. The most that inverter can pull off is 40 amps, okay? Before it says, no more, too late, too bad. So if you run 2 things at 20 amps, you're probably maxing out that inverter is what I'm going to say. But I don't think we're going to run that much stuff in here is what I'm going to say, okay? What else? Yeah, so after all the AC wiring and stuff is done, I did a pretty damn good job. We installed the solar panels. Okay, so it's about time. It took me like a whole weekend to get the solar panels up there, and it was really tiring and it was tough work, and I don't know if I did it right. It's supposed to rain on Sunday, so we'll see if it leaks. That's what I'll see. We'll see if it leaks. I'm kind of interested to see what happens. But the solar panels have been up there for like 2 weeks, and they look good. So I don't think they're going anywhere. I was worried they might fall off the roof or something, you know. What else? So we got the racking up there, and then we installed the solar panels the next day or 2 days later, and then yeah. So that's pretty much where we're at now. Oh, and then I got the batteries. Okay, so yeah, finally I got everything. I got the batteries from China. They're they're Lycian or Eve cells, the 280 amp hour. Big, it looks like a big brick is what it looks like. Okay, so that's probably the next part of the video. We're gonna have to top balance those batteries. Basically, we just gotta basically what HadesOmega is gonna do is I'm gonna put it in parallel, all the cells, and then we're gonna charge it with the charger all the way, and then let it sit until the batteries self-balance. Okay, if you have the batteries in parallel, they will equalize themselves. Okay. Supposedly, if you charge it to a high state of charge, but it's because of the way the voltage curve is on these lithium iron phosphate cells. They have the voltage doesn't change until it has a really high state of charge or a really low state of charge. So you have to charge it like to a really high state of charge to see if the cells are balanced. Okay, and once they're balanced, we can put the battery together, and then yeah, we'll be done with the battery. All we have to do is hook it up to the inverter. Okay, but the problem is we still don't have the solar panels hooked up. I haven't run the conduit. I haven't run the wire inside the garage yet. So that's what's got to happen. We've got to top balance the battery, which I might try to do today, and then I have to do the DC wiring on the project board still. Okay, I have to put the fuse and the battery connectors in. So I'm gonna try to get that done tonight, maybe. I don't know. I'm feeling kind of sick right now because I had that COVID shot, and I got like a fever, and I'm tired, and I just want to do nothing all day. So yeah, I'm not feeling very productive right now, honestly. Yeah, and then yeah, once we have all that done, once we run the DC wiring inside the garage, and then I do the DC wiring, and then we get the batteries. The batteries are in this crate right here. Okay, and then we'll be all good. Okay, I still gotta install the BMS too. So, and then I'm gonna go over all the conduit stuff. All right, how I plan to run the conduit from the roof. And I've got all the stuff right here, hopefully. and we should have a good time. So we'll say, all right. And then the final step would be, the final step would be to run. We got to run a ground wire, okay, from the other side of the garage to the other side right here, okay, or maybe from the wall here to over there. I'm not really sure, but I do have the ground wiring. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. So yeah, we got to run a ground for the solar panels, and we got to run a ground for the breaker box, okay? So it has a proper ground on it. Is what I'm gonna say, okay? And then we got to start wiring up the garage. So that's kind of the last step, running all the outlets and stuff. I've got 20 feet of MC 12.2 cable, okay? That's good for up to 20 amps. And then we're gonna run that to the washer first, I think. And then I think I'm gonna buy another 50 feet, and then that should be enough to run it all the way to the other side here. And then I gotta run an outlet right there. So and then we're gonna run. Yeah, I think I'm gonna run about 5 outlets. Is what I said. So, and then it'll be awesome. So in the end, the way it's gonna work is the garage is gonna have one outlet going to the inverter, and then there's gonna be the regular outlet on the wall, right next to it. Okay, so they're gonna be right next to each other. And you could use either one. So if you wanted to go back to grid power, you could just manually disconnect the appliance and plug it back into the grid power, and then you're good to go. Okay, if for whatever reason the system's not working, you can unplug it and plug it back in the way it was before. Easy, right? Yeah. So that's pretty much it. That's where I'm at. So I think we're going to be working on the batteries next, and then the DC wiring. It's supposed to rain this weekend, so I won't be able to run the conduit, and hopefully next week we can run the conduit, because I really want to get this project done. I'm tired of seeing all these parts sitting in here. Actually, we will go through all the parts I have left. All right, here we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna go over the parts that we have left. All this conduit stuff here. Okay, this is all the stuff to run the conduits right here. And I think I got more stuff here. This is kind of like the layout right here, and this is all the stuff that I bought. Okay, yeah, handy boxes, and connectors and stuff. Okay, this is all conduit stuff. Okay, so that's all that's left, really, conduit stuff. We've got the wiring here. Okay, I've got the battery wiring right here. This is for the battery. This is for the solar panels. Okay. I've got this is the cable right here to run the outlets. So all the outlet stuff is in here, okay? So this is all this stuff is going to go from the breaker box out to an outlet somewhere in the garage, okay? That's what that box is. I've kind of like organized everything. I also did not throw away all the foam. I threw the boxes, but I did not throw the foam. I did not throw the box for the inverter yet, because I don't know if it works yet. We haven't powered it on yet. So hopefully it works. I don't have to return it, but okay, here we got the BMS and the batteries. I made a video about unboxing the batteries, and we labeled it, and we labeled all the terminals and stuff, so we wouldn't get confused. All right, the battery bars in here. Also, I've got studs. I bought some studs to put on these, so we still got to put the studs on there. The batteries are going to be inside this, okay? So what I was thinking of using the foam for is to have a cushion around the batteries so they don't move around a whole lot, okay? So, and I think what we're going to have to do is I'm going to have to put a piece of, it would be good to put a piece of wood in there so it's got something firm to stand on it. The crate is a little flexy is what I'm going to say. So we're going to get a piece of wood and just lay it on the bottom. All right. And then we still got this BMS to install. Okay, but that's after we're done charging the battery. Okay. What else? Yeah, and then that's pretty much it. We gotta run the conduit, and then there's just all this stuff right here that we gotta work with. So this is what we got right now. I've got all the DC. I got some of the DC wiring. I got the battery stuff. Okay, the DC battery stuff connected. We still have to install the gauge. All right, the battery monitor gauge. I have an idea for that. We still gotta install the fuse for the solar panels. Okay, this is going to be the fuse for the solar panels. Yeah, and then we got to make a connector for the PV input. Okay, where the solar panels go. All right, and then we've got a breaker, 250 amp breaker here, and then this is the shunt for the battery monitor. Okay, looks good, man. It looks like everything's coming along nicely. Also, one of the last things to do is ground everything too. So we gotta ground the panels and everything. That's what this wire is for. We got these grounding clamps here and this grounding copper wire here. Okay, so yeah, hooray! We're almost done. Halfway there. That's what I want to say. There's really not too much stuff to do. All the hard work is all the hard work is done. The solar panels are installed. So. We just got to run the conduit, and I don't think that's going to be much work. Okay. All right. So look forward to next video. I think the next video I'm going to talk about how we're going to run the conduit, since we don't have the pipe threader yet. But I will go over how I'm going to run the conduit. I'll make a little diagram, and then I'll kind of lay everything out how I think it's going to run. And then we'll actually do it when I get the pipe threader. Okay, and then I think the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna top balance the battery. Okay, all right, here's my out.